Welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Nilaus, and we're continuing this Let's Play and walkthrough of the new Darkfog. And what we're going to do today, first of all, let's thank you for your support. And second, I know that a lot of people are saying like, oh, I want more detail. Like, why did you build this? When did you build this? When did you build this? Yeah, that's what we do on the live stream. That's where we get all the stuff. And then here on YouTube, I will compact about 4 hours of gameplay on YouTube, on Twitch, into hopefully about 30 minutes here on YouTube, and then that will be sort of more compacted. It's a way to catch up. It's a way to sort of see the broad strokes without hooking up every single little mining deposit. I think that's the right way to do things, and if you want, otherwise I have the VODs available, so you can watch the live streams, or well, yeah, that's how I want to do it. So what will we have in this about 30 minutes of gameplay video? Well, we'll be having some purple science. That means we need to build all the stuff for the purple science. It also means that I want to make a solar swarm, and then I want to see what the reaction from the hive cluster is to our solar swarm. But first things first, and that is we are going to get a proliferation build on this planet. And we're going to be seeing a lot of designs, because now we actually have... Hey, how did that happen? Oh yeah, should have done that. There we go. We will have a lot of designs here. And they will need to be stamped down. So we'll be relying heavily on our good friend. This good friend here. There, to help us on building stuff. And this one we already built, and I actually, you can see I fixed it from last time as well. So this is working, and it'll just, there, it'll get going. And then we should have some proliferation available on this planet. Now that's not so much. I need to make sure that I build these, otherwise they don't get built. And let's just get those to turn green, and then the rest will be built automatically from here, as long as it's all in range. Come on, we can take those. Here, here. Good. So that's the proliferation, and we can now leave this. I will use this. This is my... A lot of people in live stream ask me, what am I doing here? So I'm going into the blueprint mode by just making Control-C. Then I'm shift right-clicking to where I want to go. And then you will see the Icarus will move to where we want to go automatically. And it's a really easy and convenient way to get where you want. If you want to just have an overview of the planet, you're like, oh, where was this thing? Oh, it was here. And then you just click shift right click, and you will get there. Right. Let's have a look at what we read. So we have an information matrix, and that requires processors. We built that on the second planet last time, so all good. We need some particle broadband, and we also need to sort of determine how much I want to make of this. Since particle broadband is also used for the level 4 or level 3 assembler, then I want to make an excess of this. So yeah, we'll make 4.8 of the particle broadband, and that means also 4.8 of the plastic, because that comes along. So let's have trace it through here. That is one plastic, so also 4.8 of plastic. The crystal silicon, we can make that on the second planet, third planet, the Gaia Cube planet, where we already have a ton of silicon, so that's easy. And then carbon nanotubes are also something we need. We need that for a lot of things. Need it for frame materials and fusion power plant, but also for the proliferation. So we'll build a lot more than we need. Let's build some of those here. Now I have actually prepared a few things here, because I want to make sure that we can get some good progress on the... I'll just hit tab to get over to a more reasonable location. And I think my correct build is... Oof, is it there or is it there? It's really hard to see. I'll try that one and then see. It was not correct. How was it so off? Was it? I don't think it matters much. And I'll do another one. So this, I think I'll actually just make it here. Fine. Oh, we're now missing some other things. Let's just request the stuff that we find that we're missing here, because we are pretty close to our hub, so we can get that done. And I will do again. I will be making our good friend here in the middle. Let's make it good. Two of these good friends here. There. Get that done and power it. Yeah, and get this one done and powered. And they will now take care of all the builds, and as soon as I get this one, then we can actually just leave it, and then they'll take care of it themselves. I like this a lot. I'll build this, and I'll build this. Insufficient drones, that's fine. We'll just click again here. So that will request some graphene and some titanium. This is going to be a pretty standard build. It has the highest quantity out here, and then just the outputs on the outside. These builds are nothing spectacular. They are very simple back and forth builds. So I don't really want to go into extensive detail on the design process for this part. But it gets us, each of these designs here gives us 14.4 carbon nanotubes per second. So that should be a pretty decent amount. And we can also leave it because that's not really particularly important. We can then proceed to get the next one. All these blueprints, they are available to everyone. So have no fear. You can, if you want to make these, I will probably clean them up. Right now I have them sort of, these are all my starter builds, and I'll clean them up into something. I have one that's called intermediate PLS. Those are for a late game, and I should probably have like an intermediate PLS, intermediate product PLS, early mid game. That's where I group all these together. So that was the first thing. Then plastic is absolutely atrocious. So we're going to be just making that in a hopefully as easy as possible way. Let's see. It has to be on this line, and it has to be sitting. This is my definition of how to place it. This has to be just leaning on that second of the big squares. So this one, this zone here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big small squares, and this if it's placed right there, there's an equal amount to either side. There's one extra here, and there's one extra here, because I'm never using the line. Never. Unless I have to. But no, I don't want to use the line. And we'll get one more of these. These are all temporary, so they're easy to just put in here. And they'll be taking care of it. So what does this do? Well, it takes oil in immediately. Just to get started on the oil. I also want that. So it takes oil in, and then it reprocesses it into light oil. The light oil then comes into this location, which also needs some graphite. Do we have graphite? Yes, we have graphite produced off other places, so we can just request it in here. So we get the graphite in, and then we get light oil and graphite, mixed plastic, and this is ridiculously slow, 3 seconds. So all of this is only going to make 4 per second, but we do have some proliferation inbound. Please get the proliferation inbound. See, I'm not proliferating the oil, don't really care, that's a raw resource. But the light oil I get, I'll proliferate that together with the together with here, this one. The graphite is proliferated and the light oil is proliferated, and that means we get outbound, we get extra productivity here. If it would just bother to, there we go, there's a little bit of proliferation coming in now, and the other ones should also be proliferated in a while. Let me just see that the stuff on, yeah, the stuff on the belt is proliferated, and this stuff is, why is it only having one? Are we out of power? Nope, power's fine. Okay, then it should be okay. It's starting to get proliferated, and the stuff that gets picked in, yep, there you go. Good, it's fully proliferated, and that's 4.8 plastic per second coming in. Nice. All right, so I want to speed run this a little bit, because I want to get on with the solar panel build, or the solar farm, because that's going to be a little interesting, and then we also have more engagement with the Darkfog. There's another little consideration here, and that is I also have an old blueprint. It's an older blueprint, but it checks out. This one here, but it's a little bit cumbersome. It makes 2 per second, and it gets the job done, and I could just stamp that down. But you know, I really know that I need plastic for something else, and particularly the broadband, I need that for something else. So I want to make sure that I have a broadband build that is available, and then you also have a broadband build that is available, and that is what you have now. Let me oh, I want that anchor. That's actually the best anchor. And again, I take this line here, and I drag it so that it is exactly the same place as always. Here, this is slightly leaning on that bold line. Great. And again, we will be having our little helper. These helpers are just so convenient. There. There, that helps build. Now, what is this one getting? This is taking the carbon nanotube we just made. It's going to be getting some crystal silicon that we'll just have to make, and it'll get some plastic as well. So I'll just need to make this crystal silicon. I actually thought I had built it. Let's go look on the second planet, the Gyne Cube, to see why it's not coming in. So we're now here on the second planet, and you can see we have tons of crystal silicon. I thought I had it as well. The only problem was that I was not exporting it back to the other planet. So what I'm going to do is they'll request it, and then we'll be getting it back to the other planet. Oh, look at that. They're just having a good old time just removing these. Now, this is also going to be super interesting, because what you will see here is that they'll always be dropping here. Let's actually just go there to that location now that we are here, because I think that there might be some interesting findings about this. I want to see how much matter it has left, because it actually... Oh, there's two of them now. There. Let's see. If I click it, it has 880 matter left. So I'm actually going to sit here and just watch it go down, and then see what happens when it builds the next one. When it builds the next one, we'll just see if it then leaves, because I think it takes about 450 to build a new hive, and when it then doesn't have enough matter left to build the next hive, then I want to see if it then leaves. It just lost some matter, and it actually built it, and it's now down to 480 when we shut it down. So it can do one more. We're gonna wait for one more to get done, and then see if it leaves after that. There we go. It has now built a new little base, which is going to be destroyed immediately. Poof, and it's gone. And now it says 80 matter left. I would hope that it would have left now, because it can't build anything with 80 matter. This was one of my theories, was that if it doesn't have enough matter, then it'll actually leave. It'll detach itself and fly back. But let's give it a little time and then see if it leaves when it figures out that it needs to. That it takes about 2 minutes before it tries again. So let's wait. There we go. It went to 0. The matter went to 0, and it detaches. It just makes a little something, a last hurrah, and then it detaches and flies back. This is excellent. This was a hypothesis I had, but now it has been confirmed that it will detach by itself as it runs out of fuel. That's why you sometimes see some empty locations on your planet when you return after a while. It also means that you can just defend it to death. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this hive cluster. We're simply going to drain all of the matter from every single from the hive cluster by making them come here and waste matter, so that in the end they don't have any matter left to build ships and that kind of thing. Well, anyway, meantime, we should have built a nice stockpile of broadbands back on our home planet. So back here on the base, we have a pretty nice healthy supply. They are just slowly crawling up here with lots and lots of particle broadband, which will also be useful for other things, such as the level 3 assemblers eventually. So now at this point, the only thing we're missing is to build here a purple science base. So we're going to get that purple science. It's going to be processors that we know of, and it's going to be particle broadband that we just built. There we go, and we're going to get that one and that one. And I'm going to stand here just to fuel. And then it's going to be super simple. I will just get that one in here. That's probably too much. And the other one. Some things I don't have blueprints for. That's just the way it is. Where are you, though? Where's the... There they are. Good. So let's build that here. And we can build them up to... I don't know. Is that... I think that might be a little bit too tall. That's 13. Yeah, I don't want 13. I want... There, 10. 10 is the right number, because 10 is exactly what we... it takes 10 seconds to make. There. So, that will be... Yeah, pretty good. And we'll copy. And no. We'll just copy it like this. That's easier. That one, and that one. And then we just kill the rest. Then we need an output on the other side. Should probably have done that before. A return. And then we need some proliferation. Proliferation comes in there. And we do not need to proliferate the output, because that will already be proliferated, or that will be proliferated when it's necessary or when it's being used. So that's fine. And we'll do this magical little tower that we always seem to do. This is how I always transport my warpers and proliferation by this network, by this fidget spinner network. I just find that to be easier, so it doesn't take up unnecessary space here anywhere else. And then we just need outputs. There. Consistency. Need some power poles. And need this one to go up here. And then we just need inbounds. So how much do we need? Let's call this 200, 2000. Oh, please work. And this one 1000. And go and go. Ah, why did we not get this one in? So there was a little glip in deliveries, and we've now made sure that the supply chain comes from the guy in the cube, where we have the processor built from last time, and they are now coming in. Nice supply, 2000 inbound. So it was just a simple little mismatch of local, of remote and remote and local supply and demand. There we go, and we should now see. There we go. All right, so this is working. Excellent. Let's build this facility here. This is quite a challenging build. This is actually my most technical build, I think. I have prepared this by upgrading them to Mark III. So the way that works is my Polar Science Lab. I can understand why it's not easy. So I'm at this level currently, and it says before next upgrade you have to upgrade belts to Mark II to Mark III and add extra lab height. We've done that. So that means now we can stamp down this blueprint. We have all the things in inventory, and we can then stamp it down. And then it has to be this inbound has to be opposite of the previous one, and there we go. It just gets built. It's glorious, and then it will automatically start requesting the stuff that we have. Since I already had some greens from the what was it called? Hold on, let me just get a little friendly helper in here. There we go. So greens from metadata, then we might as well put that in here, just so that it looks nice as it sort of circles around. And that gets us all of our new science as we go here. Oh, that one's not even. There we go. Now you get started on working. There we go. All right, so the first one's come in, and we got the first purple science. So now what are we going to use the purple science for? There are so many good things. One of the really interesting things is the fact that we can now get a space fleet. So that's something. We're not going to do that now, but we're going to do it in the next episode when we're going to take the space fleet out for a spin. Aside from that, there's always the core upgrade. This one's always there. It would be nice to see what's out there in the world. And then, you know, stuff like more construction drones. Oh, yes. Faster drones. Oh, yes. And then that one's probably fine. Drive engine. Yeah. Warp. Yeah. That's also nice. Why the hell did I not take that one before? Huh. Weird. I think I just assumed that it was like that. Well. What do you... And logistics pod capacity. It's... Yeah, okay. We're already good. And we have now a glorious science build for purple science. But that wasn't what we wanted to show today. I actually had something else that was even more important for us to show. And that was... that's the solar power. So what we're going to do is we are going to get some ray receivers, and we are going to get some... what are they called? There comes some shooties here. And then we're going to go to Guy in a Cube, where we'll be launching from. We need some EM rail ejector, and we are going to need some ray receivers as well. So now we're returning to Guy in a Cube, and hopefully we brought all the stuff we need in order for us to build, well, what we want. We are going to start by looking around for a location. That's going to be up here. This is going to be our location where we want to build. And what do we want to build? We want to build a standardized... Yes, I love the word standardized in this context here. I want to build a standardized build for solar sails. There's a lot of different things into it, but this one requires fire ice. We got that. It has an optional proliferator. We got that. And it says minus on optical grading crystal. So that means this is the one we want. And it's a pretty big one, 152, and you can see how much space it takes. And I want to make it there, and I can build 2 of these in one area. So I really need to build it here, and it probably can't build because it's... Oh, it can build. Of course it can build. We're gonna have to take out this one. That's a little bit sad, but that will have to be... Oh, yeah, okay, that was actually intended. Oh, hold on. This one might also be needing to move. Yeah, let's just move that one. And here's the second one built, and as usual, we'll be getting our helpers in here. Get that in, and get that powered. as fast as possible. We can get that powered and get more of these in here. And then once they're done, we'll take a look at what it does. It will be making, what is it, 32 or something per second. So that's pretty good. Let's just drag it all the way over here to that location and also get the U done, and there. So once these are done, then we can just take a look at what they do. So here we are. This takes a little bit of time to build. Now, what does it do? First, it makes an awful lot of green circuits and the photon combiners. All of this is non-proliferated, because then if I did proliferate it, I couldn't use the direct insertion. So I've just opted for this one being non-proliferated, so be it. Also, we are not proliferating the graphene coming from fire ice, not a problem. They're not getting fire ice, and that's because I'm not really having any place that requested inbound. I will just do that one and provide it here. There we go. So that means now the fire ice will actually go into here. Yep, fire ice is coming in, and that will make the photon combiners. And here we go. The first photon combiners are coming in, and they're sort of circling around in weird shapes, but they are coming in and they are ready. So all we need is the graphene coming in, or the graphene comes from fire ice, and once that comes in, which is what we're getting here and here, yeah, okay, so that's coming in. That should kick these into gear, and we should also see that power is absolutely atrocious. Not a big surprise that power is atrocious at this point, because this is the whole point of doing this, is that we need more power. So after this, we need to go to our southern pole. That's down here. And then at this point, we need to start building. Yeah, we need to start building the launchers. And here I, of course, would be surprised otherwise. This is me after all. I have this glorious Dyson Sphere builder. It's a little bit too big for our needs right now, but I want to make sure that we build it eventually. So what I should build now should be part of this design. So I need to meticulously build exactly a little bit of this ILS, and then the 3 lines out here for just as much as I have. I brought 60, which should be enough for a shooty right now. So let's try to see if we can build that. Now this is the difficult part. I have cleared out some space up here, but it's gonna intersect with our existing build. So what I need to do is be very careful and try to place these exactly where they are supposed to be. So I will be taking one of these, and then I'm gonna guess and think that maybe it's gonna be, let's try it here and see if that actually fits. It is just an absolute perfect fit. No, it's not at all a perfect fit. It needs to be slightly higher up in order for me to actually fit it. So I need to move it a little bit, and that means this one has to go. That's not gonna work. Well, anyway, we'll figure out. We'll try to place it afterwards and try to figure out where it needs to go. So I'll be fidgeting with this quite a lot and just trying to see if I can figure out where exactly it has to be. So that looks like it is still 2 tiles too far down compared to where I want it. And this is yeah. Is it good? No, it's 1 tile too much. I'll figure this one out, and then we'll be setting it up. Here we are. We've now set up 3 lines of 20 solar sails, solar sail shooter, EM rail ejectors, as they are called. I've set up here. We get all of that. So as soon as we get that, we should be able to start seeing something coming in to orbit. I will also be looking at this one. I am pretty sure that the middle one, this one, so that also has a line coming out in. Let me see. Where the hell are those? Check this. Oh, they come out opposite. Okay, opposite. Okay. So one I need to do is I need to go back in here. I need to take the first ray, that one, and then that has to be opposite of where we are. There we go. Oh, why? Ah, there's a little bit of stuff out here still. There's always stuff that's in the way. There. And opposite that one. So that has to be built. It's obviously going to be requesting well, it's not going to be requesting, but it will soon request us. And then we get some information about how ray receivers work. We have no clue. We'll figure it out. So that one gets built. But let's while we wait there for to build, let's set the outputs so that we can get our ejectors going. And as we do that, we want to look here. This is 41.6%. And we should see that skyrocket up here. What I have built is I have built my usual pattern. I have 3 rows here. Isn't there one that shows all orbits? There we go. We got ray receivers. They're receiving a little bit here. And we're starting to shoot out. And while I shoot, we can build this gradually. And now we're shooting. Then at some point we will see that they start consuming from the Darkfog. There we go. You can see that they're consuming a tiny amount, but they're still consuming something. It means they're stealing our energy. That is not okay. So at this point, well, we need to see that they actually respond. I'm pretty sure that they aggro quite rapidly from this. Of course, they're not really consuming a lot of power right now, but it's maybe it's because my power, maybe it's because it's solar sails. I think it's actually just my overall power shoots up, and then that's what triggers them to attack. We'll be building this, and then we'll just wait a little bit until we get the first hints of a cloud coming in, or a swarm coming in. 1,000 solar sails have been shot into orbit now, and they have increased 0.1%. It's not much, but I think that they'll slowly increase here, 40%, and they take about 1 megawatt. So they take about 1/40th of the power in the network. That's not much. That's a little bit, it's too little to be of notice. If it was like 10%, it would be annoying. If it was 20%, it would be something you'd really be annoyed about. But I don't know. This is too little for me to even feel that there's a consequence to it. But as we grow here, then their threat level will probably also grow, and we just let that trickle along for a while. And so we're reaching the 80% mark right now, and we now get the orange warning that it's close. You can see how fast it goes up. It takes like a couple of seconds, then it goes 1% up. So it'll get here, and we'll just prepare for it. Let's have a look in here. I have 1.85 gigawatt, and we now have all the power we need on Gyne Cube. We've also been doing that over on our planet here. I've also made a little ring of ray receivers, so we also get extra power on our home planet. And then we just sit here and wait until they actually come in, and then I just cross my fingers and hope they come into this planet where we have a glorious planetary shield. So we're now at 96%, and it keeps coming up. We have a really nice, strong defense here, and we have adequately defense at other planets as well. So what are we going to do? We're going to go into orbit, or into space, so we are ready to not intercept, but figure out where they're going, because they are probably not going. Okay, they're definitely going for Gloom and Rage. That's for sure. So let's try and curve away towards that one. It's the closest one. And yeah, let's definitely go there. Can I get it before they actually get there? I really want... Oh, no, I can't. Have to go around. Oh, that's a dangerous spot. Can I get there? I want to get it. I want to get there. I want to land on that planet before they engage. I think it's closer than... Yeah, that's definitely where they want to attack. Oof. That is so close. It's basically in range already. Wow. That is so close. Right, so let's land here and then find some power. Yeah, and are they coming in? Yeah, 96%. I'll just get a few of these while we look for where's our missile turret batteries. That is here. That should be fine. All right, missile turret battery. Let's head over here and see. Okay, so they're incoming. 7,000 meters away. It's meters away. It's not like AU. 6,000 meters away. 6,500. 50 vessels incoming. I think we might already be shooting. No, we're not shooting at them. But when we are, this is where it... Yep, this is where it happens. Unfortunately, there's not really a good way to look at these combats here. Wow. Okay, they're all just marked red because they're already shooting. And let's have a look at our planetary shield. It's there's kind of strafing on the side here. The shield looks quite fine. Equivalent durability, it's still standing steady because we're just absorbing everything that comes in. Look at the barrages coming out. Yeah, there's just really no reason not to just have a million of these. Oh, there's more ships coming in from that side. And as soon as they target them, then they just... These ones are somehow not targeted. There we go. Now these become targeted. These become targeted as well. As soon as they become targeted, then that's all we have left here. Still have those out there. All of this is now triggered. Now they should be switching targets. Yeah, okay, they start turning red. Red means that they are dead. They just don't know it yet. And then we have there. And the missile batteries will stop shooting. And there you go. 2 vessels remaining. Alright. We'll have 2 vessels remaining. Courageously heading out here. But it's already up to 5.6, 5.7, 5.8%. So definitely there's going to be incoming attacks. But as long as we have the planetary shield and we have... Oh, I lost my planet. And we have a lot of missile batteries, then it just turns into space debris. Unfortunately, we can't really loot anything from the space debris. That's a little bit weird. That would be nice if we could get some really fat loot. But whatever. I think I wanted to show what we did today. We got the purple signs. We got the solar sails. And we have like a nice swarm of 2.25 gigawatt power. Plenty of power now for the whole system. And now it's about the next one. We'll be taking out the swarm up there. That is the plan for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with what happened on the channel. Also check out on Twitch where I'm streaming Dyson Sphere Program regularly. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.